Okay, good evening, everyone. I am Gampei Chong from Group 7 Kawasaki, and our group would like to present our findings of one current issue happened in Malaysia. And before start our presentation today, I would like to introduce our group member. Is Irish Rajwan, Ikma Daniel, Shari Afzal, and Razik Ikma and I. And both of them are present today. Okay, next slide. All right. Now I will share about the facts of this case. So on the 19th April 2023, the Azidi Abdul Talib pleaded not guilty for using his position to obtain gratification amounting to 215,397 ringgit 7 years ago in the June 2016. In fact, the Azidi, he was charged for the position as the former COO and also the CEO in Mutiara.com Sendirian Berhad. For the first charge, the Azidi was appointing ATR's Resources Enterprise, which is belonging to his younger siblings, and to supply the closed-circuit television equipment worth 223,586 ringgit on the 4th February 2016. And for the second charge, the Azidi, he was approving his sibling company to become the supplier for the intercom installation worth the 191,811 ringgit on the 14th June 2016. That's all about the information for the fact in this case. Next slide. So now I will explain about the relevant laws to this case, which is related to the director duties. So in the section 210 mentioned, the director also includes the CEO, CFO, and COO, or any person that primarily responsible for the management of company. So next in the section 213 subsection 1 of the Company Act 2016, a director of the company shall at all time exercise his power in accordance with this act for a proper purpose and in good faith, in the best interest of the company. Also, the section 21 Act mentions about a director or the officer of a company shall not, without the consent or the ratification of a general meeting using his position as such director or the officer to gain directly or indirectly a benefit for himself or any other person, or cause detriment to the company. So in this case, Azidi, he appointed a company belonging to his sibling without any consent from the board of directors. Hence, the Azidi would contravene to the section 213, and he will be liable to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 5 years or a fine not exceeding the 3 million ringgit, or to both under the section 213 subsection 3. Okay, next slide. Okay, although the Azidi, he was breached his duty as a director, but he was charged under the different law in this case lah. So the Azidi, he was both charges under the section 23 subsection 1 of the MSCC SCP 2009, and he can imprisonment up to the 20 years and maximum fine of the 10,000 or 5 times of the gratification amount and take the higher amounts. However, this case this is still in the progress lah, so the final result is not come out yet. Next slide. Now I would like to move on to what Azidi is supposed to do to prevent the charge. First, the Azidi, he should not conduct a contract with his siblings, family, and friends without the consent from the board of directors to prevent the conflict of interest between shareholders and the director. Next, the director, he should not abuse his power, and he must be focused on the company itself to become the more independent and the transparent person. He should always make the decision based on the good faith and the best interest of the company. Last, he also supposed to keep update on the relevant case and the regulation governing the industry to ensure he will be aware and careful in the future to avoid being charged. Next slide. So now, what the director can be learned from this case. First, a director should uphold the ethical standard and integrity in all professional actions, but not like in this case, a director would make a personal benefits and abandon the company benefits. Also, a director must be transparent and comply with the law, regulation, and the company policy. Next, a director should separate the personal and the professional relationship to avoid the conflict of interest and maintain the objectivity in the decision making. Also, a director should have a professional judgment that concern and prioritize the job at his or her position, but not the others. The next lesson is company should implement strong control system to prevent the corruption and the fraud. Finally, a director should keep updated through ongoing learning and development to keep track with the current issue happen, like I mentioned just now. Okay. Okay, I think that's all about our findings on this current issue. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. You did a great job.